You are watching coverage of the Fnatic Play Open Tournament, cast by myself, Total Biscuit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SHOUTcraft right here, bringing you the Fnatic MSI $3,000 Play Open. Cast by myself, Total Biscuit. As you might imagine, this is Cloud in the blue trunks. He has fought his way all the way through to the final, but he is currently losing 2-0 to this dude right here. Please tell me my stream's working. Please tell me my stream's working. Please tell me. Yes, it is. Good. Thank God. It's like, oh my God, it might be broken. No, it's not, thankfully. There you go. Sjow in the red trunks, playing Terran. And he did put on quite the show, didn't he? Cloud with such an aggressive maneuver, and if there was ever a time to use the term I hate all in, that would be the time. He really did throw everything he had and Sjow in a masterful display of Hellion. Hey, it's Sjow. Do we expect anything other than masterful displays of Hellions? Manages to defend and actually counter-attack. Now, Cloud, as we know, is an economic master. Metalopolis is a great map for being an economic master on. We have seen him lose on this map in a TVT before, though. He lost to Strelok in the semi-finals, and Strelok did some amazing play there with drops and siege tanks. And I've got to see Strelok play again, because, as I say, absolutely wonderful play from Strelok. We'll hopefully be seeing way more of him in the future. I have to wonder whether or not Cloud is going to be able to roll that economy, though, against Sjow, who is a tenacious and aggressive and dangerous player. A brutal player. He does so much damage in so little time. He comes from seemingly nowhere. He hides in the shadows, and then suddenly flames! You know, kind of like the Game Flax forum board, you know, hiding in the shadows, lurking, suddenly flames! Trolls! Horrible things. This is interesting, though. Bear in mind that Cloud has actually not built any gas yet. This is a little late for gas. That is a little late for gas. Is he going to rely on pushing Marines? Still no gas. Whereas Sjow, as we already aware, has got a refinery up. Intriguing, folks. Looking to try and get an early mineral advantage on his opponent. Try and get some, well, more to the point, also I would think to fast expand. That's why you wouldn't go for the gas. You know, it's just save it up straight. You just don't get a quicker expansion than that, folks. It just doesn't happen. That is the fastest Terran expansion on the planet. There you go. Intriguing possibilities. Cloud once again tries to get his macro rolling. His economy. He needs it. He desperately needs it. But Sjow with a factory, we could once again be seeing massive Hellion harassment. This fast expansion approach is vulnerable, at least in terms of the SCVs and, of course, the Marines, to Hellion play. Marines, not exactly as vulnerable as, say, Zerglings would be. Zerglings tend to get roasted, but Marines have guns, so Marines can at least shoot back. Zerglings can't do anything. Double barracks coming up from Cloud as well, pumping out those Marines. But I think that Sjow might have a nasty trick up his sleeve when it comes to that. Mega Hellions, yes, Mega Hellions. They're not the real Hellions. They're kind of fake Hellions, but they're superior to the original product, folks. It can happen. It has been known to happen every now and again. The Mega Hellion attack. Single Hellion all the way out. Starport straight through to that. Again, we could also be seeing a different strategy, because this is pretty common. You dump down a factory, you then build a Hellion, and then you build, say, a reactor or a tech lab that you can then swap with the Starport. So, it is a possibility. Cloud with a good deployment right there, but there are various angles of attack that Sjow could go in for with that Hellion. He's not bothered to go in as of yet, though. There you go. Rolling out. What has he got up against? He has got 5 Marines to deal with, and they are well spread out. Note the spread right here. This is so vitally important, because he spread them out so that they are not easily hit by early Hellion attacks. He knows what's coming. It's Sjow. He knows that Sjow loves the Hellions. Scouting around. He doesn't actually even know where his opponent actually is right now. The Hellion has now been scouted. He's going to take a free SCV out of it, though. No question about that. Nothing around there. That fast expansion continuing to be safe. Now, this is an interesting mix. Sjow with a Viking and a siege tank coming up. Siege tank deployment not available as of yet. Continues to pump out the Marines. Army advantage in the favor of Sjow simply as a result of that. Now, how much damage can Sjow do with this Hellion? More to the point. Can he draw his opponent out of position? Bear in mind, it's an unupgraded Hellion. It's still going to take like 3 hits to kill an SCV. Possible. Actually, is it 4? Might even be... yeah, actually, I think it is 4. So, yeah, it's going to take a while. Runs the line, almost loses the Hellion. Almost. Doesn't, though. There you go. Expansion coming out right there. The Viking on its way. Now, of course, Marine-centric play. Very vulnerable to the siege tank. Sjow knows this. Sjow wants to get aggressive. Bunker coming up. A stationary Marine defensive plan is not going to work out very well. Cloud with 4 barracks. Research coming out, rolling out those Marines and Marauders, which... I don't know. I mean, we've seen some great Marine and Marauder play from Cloud. We see that he is relying and falling back on that old standard that served him so very well through this tournament, but hasn't been able to come into play against his opponent. Sjow is holding back quite a lot now, and I have to wonder if that is going to be a mistake on his part. Letting Cloud build stuff is a bad thing. Cloud tends to build lots of stuff, and he loves his upgrades. Doesn't have anything in that regard as of yet, but he does have the engineering bay up. Classic Cloud. We know how he builds by now. We've been following him so much throughout this tournament. So, yeah, there you go. Double tanks out for Sjow, and 20 Marines. No, 9 Marines. Sorry, his opponent has 22 Marines. Viking, and that Hellion is still alive. Have they actually fixed that up yet? Where is the Hellion? Yeah, it's sitting there as a scout. No real surprise there. Sjow, with good map control, sees exactly what's going on, but actually, he hasn't even still... Yeah, he has scouted that expansion, but he hasn't seen what his opponent's got right there. Ah, yes, the patented 6 barracks approach. I think I remember this from Brood War, but there you go. 6 barracks on the way up. That's what he's going to rely on. And you know what? It'll probably do the job. He should be able to overwhelm him. But Sjow does have map control, but he's not deployed yet. Doesn't have siege tank deployment at all. Hasn't researched it. This is a very curious move. I don't know if he's just going to delay that so that he can get that other command center up, because he's going for a fast third base second expansion straight into that to try and beat his opponent at his own game. But Cloud has such a force right now, and if they have now been scouted, he needs that deployment now. If he doesn't get that deployment, then he's probably going to lose that base. There's the deployment coming up, but it's an 80-second research, folks. And there's no way that Cloud's going to let that happen. Cloud with a huge number right here. I think Sjow significantly underestimating the tenacity of his opponent. Look at that. Tanks with no deployment, they're not going to do much at all. Holds the line with a single medevac. It's no way. That's not going to be enough at all. Cloud able to cut his way through there. But a great grab there by the medevac. Oh, he's so close to losing it. Redeploying with a siege tank, though. There's no way it'll do anything. There's no question about that. Into the line. A desperate defense right now with the SCVs, and you know what? It manages to repulse most of what Cloud has in store, but Cloud's going to continue to stream that in there. Viking on the ground, and it pushes it back again. Nobody but Sjow could defend that, but he took so much damage. Oh, it's not even comparable, folks. There's a 32 harvester difference. It is brutal. I don't see how he can come back from this. I really, really do not. Cloud once again gets the economy rolling, gets for the 6 barracks factory to back it up just for the hell of having it, and he's got to apply that second hammer blow to the face of Sjow right here, and I really don't think Show's going to be able to hold up to that again. He doesn't have any siege tanks. He's got nothing. He has absolutely nothing to deal with this right now. Marines being pumped out. Sjow likes to fight to the last, but it will be the last. Cloud's going to take a game back in this series, folks. That's what it's looking like happening. Cloud continues to just pump out everything he possibly can. There you go, into the line. Oh, wow, that didn't even last a second. Sjow takes the loss, unfortunately. And Cloud now 2-1 still in Sjow's favor, remember, in this best of 5 series.